Hi, folks. It's Charles Butler, host of The Reality Check with Charles Butler on Red State Talk Radio, Monday through Friday, 1 a.m. Central, 2 a.m. Eastern. You know, I saw President Trump's State of the Union message. I tell you, I've been watching these State of the Union addresses since LBJ, but I really started paying attention to them in college. And Richard Nixon was president then. So I really started paying attention to State of the Union messages in the early 70s. I can tell you that this is by far the best State of the Union message or speech I have ever heard. It was very heartfelt. It rallied the American people. It spoke plain, common sense, everyday conversational tone to the audience. He wasn't a professor speaking down to people like Barack Obama. I've often talked about Barack Obama's policies, and whether it's domestic policy or foreign policies, his policies in fighting ISIS, where he didn't want to kill Muslims because he's a Muslim, and that's true. He really is a Muslim by birth. So, and I know that Trump got into a lot of trouble with this birthing thing. I was never a birther. Don't believe in that. But because if your mom's or your dad's an American, you're an American, and you can run for president. It's just that simple. But what really got me was when the president said, "We will never be a socialist country. We will never be a socialist nation." You know, I have been where Donald Trump is today. I have been on immigration, on foreign policy, on the trade agreements. I've been against that stuff from day one. I remember when NAFTA was delivered by Bill Clinton and signed by Bill Clinton. Bob Dole was the minority leader of the Senate. He came on television and he said it's the worst deal for the American worker. And he was sick. He just turned around and walked away from the podium. He was so angry and mad that Bill Clinton was stealing from the American people. Why don't people get that? The Clintons ruined America. They destroyed the middle class. Here you have a guy come along, Donald Trump. He doesn't need to be president. He does not need the hassle. He steps into the breach. He mans up. He makes hard decisions. And he's only been in office 2 years, people. 2 years. You would think he's been in office 8 years. He's done more in 2 years than Barack Obama did in 8, and George Bush certainly did in 6. Seriously. So tonight, the American viewers saw what I saw and felt, because it was a listening and a feeling thing at the same time. He touched our emotions. He touched us in a way. He talked about the fanticide. Horrible, horrible what New York and Virginia ruled in terms of abortion. Horrible. But something has to be done about these policies that encourage women to have babies without being married. You could attribute that a lot to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's a trip. I started studying when I started thinking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and how she screwed up our society. She had major impact. She messed our society up. So let's talk about the CBS poll on the State of the Union. 72% of the viewers, and I wasn't one that was polled, agree with the president's ideas on immigration. Now, I don't think we should be governed by opinion polls. I think we should be governed by what the people decide. I don't care about opinion polls. Opinion polls are worthless. The first president that started governing by opinion polls was Bill Clinton. I hated it then. I hate it today. 76% of CBS viewers approved of what they heard in President Trump's State of the Union speech. 72% of CBS viewers said they approved of President Trump's State of the Union ideas for immigration. How about that? Amazing. I'm sure that's shocking to a lot of people, and they didn't want to stand up. And for those black congressmen, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to the race. You're a disgrace to your office, and you're certainly a disgrace to your constituents. They need you to represent them, not go there and be stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid acting. You're disrespectful. And you need to resign, every last one of you that didn't stand, that didn't participate, and that's not supporting this president and what he's doing for your constituents. And I mean that. And if you don't believe me, then give me a call. Call me at 312-612-1009. Or you can email me, charlesbutler1@gmail.com. And if you don't, you know that I'm Charles Butler, just call Danny Davis's office. He has all my numbers. Give him a call. That's my congressman. And if he didn't stand and I didn't see him, they didn't pan to him, then he needs to resign, because people are doing well under this president. God bless Donald Trump. Donald Trump was also right. If he had not been president, we would probably be at war, or would have been at war with North Korea, and be sending their people food and rebuilding their country because we bombed the hell out of them. That's the game they play. What's the name of that movie? It was a movie with Peter. Oh God, the lion, the mouse that cried, the mouse that roared, or something like that, where this guy declared war on the United States. They invaded his island, and then they rebuilt his island for him. You can't make this stuff up. See, Donald Trump's a businessman. He's not stupid. When I hear people say, "Oh, he's stupid," no, stupid is Barack Obama, probably the dumbest president we ever had, and one who ruined this country. So that poll is just amazing. It's just amazing, and the commentaries, the replies are just amazing. They're talking about I bet all the mainstream media is blinking in the pants after seeing this poll. I'm sure they are, because people like Donald Trump. I'm telling you, when he was campaigning, people told me they loved Donald Trump. What can I say? Look, let's see. Stephanie, I want to talk about Miss Abrams. Miss Abrams' reply to Donald Trump. She lied, and she lied some more. She's a socialist. I think she's dumb. I just can't. I don't know what's wrong with these people. She wants illegals to vote. She wants illegal immigrants to vote. They're not Americans, dummy. I mean, where did they get these people? Stacey Abrams. Horrible. If this is the face of the Democrat Party, if this is the best and the brightest of the Democrat Party, guess what? Republicans are going to do well for a very long time. Between her and OAC, oh yeah, we're going to do well for a long time. So they say that she's the first black woman to give a State of the Union response. She's not. That was Barbara Lee in 2007. And I'm looking for that. Let me look it up right now. Who gave the response? Who gave the SOTU response? 2007. It was Barbara Lee from California. I think it was Barbara Lee from California. Okay. I said 2007, and they're still talking about Bernie and Stacey Abrams. Hey, that's why you have to have a search engine that you can control and that's not controlling you. So this search engine wants to do what it wants to do when it gets ready. I'm not going to let it. Hello. Let's see here. Here we go. Google. Here we go. Switch it up, baby. All right, here we go. Who gave that speech in 07? 2007. Lock. Google's trying to find out who I am. You know, I mean, what kind of craziness is that? Okay, here we go. Who gave the rebuttal? It was Barbara. It was Barbara. Who gave the State of the Union rebuttal? Yada, yada, yada. The practice began with Everett Dirksen in 66. Okay, got it. Got it. State of the Union, response to State of the Union. The curse, the response of State of the Union. Oh, God. All they have to do is just response. Here we go. Response. It was David Webb. Doggone it, Virginia. Okay. I messed that up, didn't I? Sorry. Sorry. I thought it was Barbara Lee. She gave one of them. Barbara Lee. I'll put in here Barbara Lee and see what happens. So it's good to do your homework, but I thought that was what I had read. Barbara Lee had given that speech. Barbara Lee spot response. Anyway, you and I. Anyway, State of the Union, Jake Tapper. Well, we'll see. So she gave the State of the Union tonight. Oh, Stacy. And I just think that she attacked President Trump, and it was wrong. She said the shutdown was a stunt engineered by the President of the United States. Well, that's not true. Before the shutdown began, with the cameras rolling, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all engaged in grandstanding, and Nancy Pelosi, under her breath, if you go back and look at the video, go back and look at the videotape on YouTube, and Nancy's the first person to speak, and she said, "This is Trump's government shutdown." And the president looked at her and said, "Well, I'll be glad to take the shutdown if you're not going to negotiate. Yeah, I'll shut the government down if you're not going to negotiate." So go back and listen to the tape, but listen to Nancy Pelosi slip in and take a cut at President Trump. It's really good. It's really good. But you have to pay attention to these things. So when they talk about criminal justice reform, well, you have to be careful on that one. That's one that I'm really careful on, because I don't think most criminals should be allowed out. A lot of criminals get charged with lesser charges than the more serious charges, and they plead themselves out. So I don't know. That's one that I'm not into criminal justice reform, but I think that people should have a fair trial. We owe safe schools. Well, who's denying these people safe schools? Go to your neighborhood, Stacy. Start shooting these gang members and take control of your damn neighborhood and stop waiting on God to do it. Negroes, I tell you, black people need to get it together. They need to get it together. She's talking about taking guns. You're stupid, Stacy. You're just dumb, fat, and stupid. And it really makes me angry when you start talking about taking guns and talking about God's going to protect us. You're just dumb. You show your stupidity, just like this education correspondent at NPR. Her name is Anya Kamenetz. Totally dumb and stupid. They rescinded the Obama-era guidance meant to ensure racial fairness in school discipline. Black kids act out, and they act real crazy. And yeah, they get disciplined harshly, but you have to send some messages somewhere. They shouldn't get a pass. I don't think anyone should get a pass, but you're right. Hey, whatever. School experts say that school violence can be reduced with a focus on mental health, social, and emotional support. No, school violence can be reduced when it's met with violence, not kindness, not a therapy session, but you spank that behind, or if a kid pulls out a weapon, you shoot him. You don't shoot to wound. You send a message. Your behavior will not be tolerated, crazy or not crazy, and stop these black women from having all these damn babies out of wedlock. They're, because they're crazy and they drive these little boys crazy with their crazy ass antics. Who would have a baby because they want to have a baby? I'm gonna have my baby, my baby. I had my baby. I tell you, I am so sick of this ignorance as being from the black underclass as being passed off as being black. Okay. The crippling effect of educational loans. Well, if you can't afford to go to college, then guess what? Don't take your ass to college. Get you a scholarship. I had to have scholarships to get through school and loans to get through school. Stacy, pathetic. Just take from the people. We'll just raise taxes to help students through school. Right. So, health care for everyone, Medicare for everyone. These people have no idea what they're doing at all. And they're right. Black women do have a higher mortality rate than white women. Could be getting pregnant anyway. Not the right financial state, not the right health state. So why the hell are you getting pregnant? For the check, the little measly check you get from the government. We can do much more, she claims. Climate assessment. She's so pathetic. All these people in climate change. It's so dumb. Follow the money, Stacy. Voter suppression is real. What we found out, Stacy, in your great state of Georgia, it's not real. That was proven. And by the way, the Republicans enforced the laws that a Democrat legislature passed and a Democrat governor signed, saying if you don't use your vote, we take you off the voter roll. Simple. Enforcing the law. But see, Democrats don't want to enforce laws because they just want to run and shoot from the hip. Anything that gives them the advantage. It should be right because I feel it's right. Well, you try to act like Martin Luther King. What Martin Luther King said was right was following the Constitution and inalienable rights. Not something was right because he felt it was right. And please, you talked about that LGBT thing. Hey, baby, putting it back in the closet. It's bad for any society. Homosexuality destroys societies. It did for the Romans. It did for the Greeks. We're not going to let it happen to us in our lifetime. Read a damn history book. Wow. So all of this Jim Crowism, Ku Klux Klanism going on in the Democrat Party because the Democrat Party is the party of racists. Let's be clear. Always has been, always will be. LBJ was a racist. Let's be clear. He did not have an epiphany. JFK was a racist. Let's be clear. He didn't have an epiphany. So Stephanie says in her rebuttal to the State of the Union speech that Trump gave, which I thought was brilliant. He said, we fought Jim Crow with the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, yet we still continue to confront racism from our past and in our present, which is why we must hold everyone from the highest office to our own families accountable for racist words and deeds and call racism what it is, wrong. Nah, shut up. We're doing that, and especially Trump. Did we affirm marriage equality? There's no marriage equality. The American people decided and voted and had a bill signed that marriage was between a man and a woman. So we did not affirm marriage equality. We affirmed that marriage was between a man and a woman. Another lie. And yet the LGBTQ community remains under attack. Yeah, they're going to remain under attack because they're immoral. And they're detrimental to society and societal order. That's the truth. That's historically correct. That Hate speech? No, it's not hate speech. Is it discriminatory? No, it's not discriminatory. It's history. That's what I learned about the Roman Empire that 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 caused the collapse of the Roman Empire was homosexuality. That's what we learned. The um, Greek Empire, same thing. So anyway, whatever. At the end of the day, though, my thing is always I should know what your sexual preference is. It's not important to me how you decide to have sex. Don't put it in my face. I'm not interested. Some people like to do it missionary style. Some people like to do it doggy style. Is that my business? It's despicable. It's disgusting. It's immoral. It's degenerate. I don't like talking about homosexuality or sex, period, with strangers. It's not my business. And it shouldn't be yours, and it should not be in the public discourse, except for the fact that homosexuals have the highest per capita education in the country and also the highest per capita income. With that said, I'm just going down the list of things that this lady talked about. So that pretty much ends it. That's what she ended on, Jim Crow, and she kind of ended on our progress has always been found in the refuge of the basic instinct of the American experiment. If this is the best that the Democrats have to offer, thank you. We're going to have some Republican presidents running around for a long time. And if we run some serious candidates for Congress, we'll have them running around for a long time. God bless you. God bless America. Trump did a great job and really inspired me, and I hope it inspired Republicans around the country and Americans around the country to do what's right for America. Do what's right for your neighbor. Do what's right for your children and future Americans. I could care less about Guatemalans, Hondurans, Mexicans, Africans, Canadians, Europeans. I'm interested in what's best for Americans and putting America first. So with that, I'm going to say good night. And Selena Odom. Hey, Selena. And we will be back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, the reality check. Thank you.